I came to the house, but before that, I had put in heavy pitching for Olivia. I wanted this girl bad in Grease. So I said the perfect Sandy, the ultimate Sandy, would be Olivia Newton-John.
You think you know Grease? You've seen it 100 times. You can picture every outfit, every dance move, every look Danny and Sandy exchange. But what if I told you that some of the wildest stories about Grease never made it on screen?
And did you immediately say yes, I'll do it, or did you have to think about it?
No, I didn't. I was nervous about it because I'd made a movie in England that didn't do so well. So I wanted to meet John first and then wanted to do a screen test to make sure that if I thought I could pull it off.
Even some of the most famous songs and moments in the movie were never part of the original plan. So if you think Grease was perfect from day one, think again. These weird, shocking, and totally true facts will change how you see the movie forever, so make sure you watch till the very end. Number 23. Elvis Presley was almost in the movie. The iconic role of teen angel in Grease could have looked entirely different had the original casting plan succeeded. Long before Frankie Avalon appeared in his memorable white suit, another music legend was the producer's first choice for the dreamy character. Film producer Alan Carr, who secured the rights to the stage show in 1971, envisioned the main characters being like Elvis Presley and Anne Margaret. Consequently, when turning the Broadway hit into a movie, Carr specifically sought Elvis for the teen angel role, the character who memorably performs beauty school dropout to Frenchie in a lavish dream sequence set in the diner. The part seemed tailor-made for the king, as the character was essentially a phantom teen idol and guardian angel. At 41 years old when offered the role, Elvis was only 5 years older than Frankie Avalon, who eventually landed the part. Despite seeming perfect for the cameo, Elvis declined the offer. Several factors influenced this decision. According to reports, his health had been deteriorating at the time. Moreover, his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, likely played a significant role in the rejection. Parker had previously torpedoed Elvis's potential starring role in Barbra Streisand's A Star Is Born by demanding an exorbitant $1 million salary. Additionally, since the teen angel wasn't a starring role, Parker presumably wasn't enthusiastic. During his final 1977 tour, Elvis confessed to his girlfriend Kathy Westmoreland that he felt sad because he hadn't made a classic film that would be remembered. Ironically, Grease could have provided exactly that opportunity. Number 22. Grease was the top grossing film of 1978. With a modest $6 million production budget, Grease exceeded all financial expectations to become an unprecedented box office phenomenon in 1978. The film's tremendous success would establish new records and cement its place in cinema history. Grease opened strongly with $8.9 million during its first weekend, initially placing second behind Jaws 2. However, the musical quickly gained momentum, topping the box office in its second weekend with $7.8 million. After just 19 days, it had accumulated an impressive $40.2 million. The film's domestic run ultimately generated $188.6 million, while international audiences contributed another $205.6 million. In total, Grease amassed a worldwide gross of $394.2 million, an extraordinary 65.7 times its production budget. This remarkable achievement made it the highest-grossing film of 1978 and the highest-grossing musical film up to that point. Beyond financial success, Grease became deeply embedded in American culture. In 2020, the Library of Congress selected the film for preservation in the National Film Registry, recognizing its significant historical, cultural, and aesthetic contributions to America. The film's soundtrack similarly dominated, landing 4 singles in the Billboard Top 10 and selling 13 million copies in its first year alone. It ended 1978 as the second best-selling album in America, behind only Travolta's other hit film, Saturday Night Fever. Number 21. The Sandra Dee lyric change coincided with Elvis's death. One of the most fascinating coincidences in film history occurred during the production of Grease, involving a last minute lyric change and the death of a music legend. In the original 1971 Broadway production of Grease, the song "Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee" featured different cultural references than those heard in the film. The stage version included a playful mockery of teen heartthrob Sal Mineo, with Rizzo singing, "Hey Sal Mineo, I know what you're gonna be." This reference made sense for the 1959 setting, as Mineo was a major star following his role in Rebel Without a Cause alongside James Dean. For the film adaptation, the creative team decided to replace the Sal Mineo reference with an Elvis Presley one. The updated lyric became, "Elvis, Elvis, let me be, keep that pelvis far from me." This change occurred primarily because Mineo had been tragically killed in 1976, making the reference potentially insensitive. Additionally, the Elvis reference worked well within the 1950s setting, as his hip, swiveling performances had scandalized parents while thrilling teenagers during that era. The truly uncanny aspect of this lyric change emerged when the scene was filmed. Stockard Channing, who portrayed Rizzo, recorded the "Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee" sequence on August 16, 1977. In an extraordinary coincidence, Elvis Presley died that very same day at his Graceland home in Memphis, Tennessee. No one on set knew about Elvis's passing when filming the scene. The eerie timing created a strange posthumous tribute within a sequence meant to be comical. What makes this coincidence even more remarkable is that Elvis had previously been offered the role of teen angel in the film, but declined, a decision that might have placed him on set alongside the very performers who unknowingly memorialized him on the day of his death. This strange synchronicity has become one of the most discussed behind the scenes facts about the film among devoted fans. At this point, it's clear that Grease is far more than a colorful high school musical. Behind the catchy songs and leather jackets lies a long list of strange decisions, last-minute changes, and stories that almost never made it to the screen. Some of these facts sound so unbelievable they feel made up, yet every one of them actually happened. And the deeper this list goes, the stranger it gets. Keep watching till the very end, because the final facts might completely change how you see Grease forever. Number 20. The cast was way too old for high school. Among the strangest aspects of Grease was the significant age gap between the actors and the high school students they portrayed on screen. Unlike modern teen films that often cast actual teenagers, Grease took a dramatically different approach. The age discrepancies in Grease were remarkably pronounced. John Travolta, at 23, was actually one of the youngest cast members despite playing 18-year-old Danny Zuko. Olivia Newton, John turned 29 during filming while portraying 17-year-old Sandy. Most notably, Stockard Channing was 33 when she played Rizzo, nearly double her character's age. Other cast members were equally mature. Jeff Conaway, Kenickie, was 26, Michael Tucci, Sonny, was 31, Jamie Donnelly, Jan, was 30, and Dennis Stewart, Leo, turned 30 during production. Remarkably, not a single main cast member was actually a teenager. Casting director Joel Thurm defended this decision, explaining, "Grease is not a documentary, it's a fantasy." He further clarified that the only thing that was important was that the cast all looked about the same age as each other, which they did. Director Randall Kleiser implemented a crow's feet test to ensure actors didn't look excessively old, examining their faces up close for signs of aging. Primarily, the production team believed adult actors could better handle the mature themes and musical numbers. Number 19. The hickey from Kenickie was real. Method acting reached unexpected heights in Grease through one memorable scene involving Rizzo's neck covered in hickeys. This behind the scenes detail perfectly illustrates the cast's dedication to creating authentic performances, sometimes in surprising ways. Jeff Conaway, who portrayed Bad Boy Kenickie, took character immersion to another level during filming. Instead of relying on makeup effects, Conaway adamantly insisted that the hickey from Kenickie had to come from him personally. This commitment to realism went beyond typical acting preparation, as he physically created the marks visible on Stockard Channing's neck in the film. Conaway's dedication to authenticity extended throughout production, though sometimes creating tension with other cast members. Stockard Channing confirmed in multiple interviews that the hickeys audiences see on screen were indeed 100% authentic. As she later revealed, the hickeys were real and applied by Kenickie himself. Perhaps this unorthodox approach contributed to the chemistry between their characters. Interestingly, this unscripted authenticity might explain why Channing improvised throwing a milkshake at Conaway in the diner scene instead of at Frenchie as originally planned. Number 18. Hopelessly Devoted to You was added after filming. Stunningly, one of Grease's most beloved songs wasn't originally intended to appear in the film at all. The ballad that became synonymous with Sandy's character emerged after the cameras had stopped rolling. Producer Alan Carr realized the film lacked a crucial emotional solo number for Olivia Newton, John. As a result, he commissioned Juan Ferrer, Newton, John's longtime collaborator, to write a special ballad specifically for her character. This decision came after principal photography had concluded, requiring the production team to arrange an entirely separate filming session just for this single musical sequence. The team recalled Newton, John, to the set weeks after primary filming had wrapped. Her heartfelt performance was shot against a nighttime pool setting, creating an intimate moment that highlighted her vocal talents. Interestingly, this unplanned addition became Sandy's signature moment in the film, showcasing her emotional journey far more effectively than anything in the original script. Remarkably, this last, minute addition achieved what no other song in the soundtrack could. It earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song in 1979. While it ultimately lost to Last Dance from Thank God It's Friday, Hopelessly Devoted to You remains the only Grease song ever nominated for an Oscar, underscoring how this afterthought became one of the film's most enduring legacies. Number 17. Greased Lightning was originally Kenickie's song. Few fans realize that one of the film's most iconic musical numbers underwent a significant character reassignment before filming. The catchy tune about a souped-up hot rod almost belonged to someone else entirely. In the original 1971 Broadway production, Greased Lightning was performed by Kenickie, not Danny Zuko. This made narrative sense, after all. Kenickie owned the car, which served as his pride and joy throughout the story. The song represented a pivotal character moment for Kenickie, establishing his dreams and aspirations beyond high school. John Travolta, already rising to stardom when cast as Danny, pushed to have the song reassigned to his character. As the lead actor with a growing reputation, Travolta recognized the showstopper potential of Greased Lightning and campaigned to perform it himself. The filmmakers ultimately agreed, transferring this memorable number from Jeff Conaway's Kenickie to Travolta's Danny. Most people think they know Grease by heart, but that confidence usually disappears once the hidden stories start coming out. What began as a fun, hair-free movie was shaped by risky choices, unexpected casting calls, and moments that nearly derailed the entire production. Each fact adds another layer to the mystery behind the film's success. And trust me, the most surprising revelations are still ahead. Stay glued till the very end, because what comes next is nothing like what fans ever expected. Number 16. Danny's jacket was a nod to James Dean. John Travolta's iconic black leather jacket in Grease pays homage to one of Hollywood's most legendary rebels. The costume choice served as more than mere fashion. It created an instant visual shorthand for the audience. Danny Zuko's signature leather jacket directly references James Dean's character in the 1955 film Rebel Without a Cause. Dean's portrayal of troubled teen Jim Stark became the blueprint for the American bad boy archetype. Travolta's costume deliberately echoes this cultural touchstone, connecting the 1978 film to the authentic 1950s teenage experience it sought to capture. Dean's influence extended beyond the jacket itself to Travolta's overall characterization, combining vulnerability beneath a tough exterior. Number 15. Lucille Ball blocked her daughter's casting. Behind every Hollywood production lies unexpected casting dramas, particularly when powerful industry figures get involved. Grease featured one such fascinating backstage story involving television legend Lucille Ball and her daughter. Prior to production, Lucy Arnaz, daughter of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, auditioned for the role of Rizzo in Grease. As an up and coming actress with Broadway experience, Lucy showed promising talent during her tryout. The producers reportedly considered her seriously for the part, seeing potential in casting the daughter of television royalty in this pivotal role. Despite Lucy's strong audition, her famous mother had other ideas. Lucille Ball, concerned about the provocative nature of Rizzo's character, promptly blocked her daughter's casting. The comedy icon apparently found the role too risque, with its sexually suggestive dialogue and pregnancy scare storyline. In particular, Ball objected to scenes requiring Rizzo to smoke, drink, and discuss intimate matters openly, behavior she deemed inappropriate for her daughter's career image. Number 14. Cast members got sick during the drag race scene. The infamous drag race scene at Thunder Road stands out for its unintended real-life drama behind the scenes. What appeared as a typical Los Angeles filming location concealed dangerous conditions that impacted numerous cast and crew members. Unfortunately, the water flowing beneath the bridge contained stagnant, bacteria-filled contaminants. The location itself was especially hazardous during the hot summer shoot, with cast members repeatedly exposed to the polluted water while filming multiple takes. The contaminated water triggered a wave of illnesses among cast and crew. Director Randall Kleiser developed a serious foot infection after cutting his foot and walking through the river water. His condition deteriorated rapidly, causing a 101-degree fever that left him completely out of it while directing the Frosty Palace scenes the following day. Remarkably, actress Annette Charles, Cha-Cha, performed through excruciating pain during this sequence, later requiring emergency surgery for an unrelated ectopic pregnancy. Number 13. A fight scene between Rizzo and Kenickie was cut. Director Randall Kleiser filmed a dramatic confrontation between two key characters that ultimately never made it to theaters. This lost piece of Grease history remains one of the film's most intriguing behind the scene's secrets. The deleted scene featured Kenickie and Rizzo engaged in a heated argument about her pregnancy scare. Shot early in production, this intense confrontation was intended to appear before the famous diner scene where Rizzo throws a milkshake at Kenickie. As originally conceived, This explosive exchange would have provided crucial context for the characters' strained relationship throughout much of the film. The scene delved into deeper emotional territory than anything else in the movie, showcasing a rawer side to both characters. Production crew members quickly nicknamed it the Martin Scorsese scene due to its gritty, intense nature. The filmmakers determined the sequence was dramatically misaligned with Grease's otherwise upbeat musical tone. One crew member described it as looking like something Martin Scorsese might have directed. Given the stark tonal difference, the scene ended up on the cutting room floor pretty much instantly. Number 12. Travolta met Olivia Newton-John at her house. Persistence and personal charm played key roles in securing Grease's iconic leading lady. Before filming began, the production faced an unexpected challenge when Olivia Newton-John hesitated to accept the role that would define her film career. John Travolta personally visited Newton-John at her home to persuade her to play Sandy. This crucial meeting became what Newton-John later described as a magical day. As a well-established recording artist primarily in Australia and the UK, Newton-John felt very embarrassed about transitioning to film. Interestingly, she initially declined the offer despite Travolta's enthusiasm and didn't jump at the offer as producers had hoped. Number 11. Jeff Conaway injured his back during filming. An accidental fall during production forever altered one cast member's life trajectory. The incident occurred while filming the iconic Greased Lightning number, where Jeff Conaway, Kaniki, was dancing atop the famous Hot Rod. As the energetic dance sequence progressed, Conaway fell from the car, seriously injuring his back. This mishap happened specifically during the Greased Lightning musical sequence. Initially, the production team viewed it as a minor setback, unaware of its future implications. This seemingly routine filming accident evolved into a lifelong burden. "Once you have a back injury, you got a back injury for life," Conaway's sister explained. The actor lived with persistent pain afterward, continuously re-aggravating the original injury through physical activities. The condition required multiple surgeries, yet never fully resolved. Number 10. The high school was a real school during filming. Rydell High may feel like a perfectly constructed movie set, but much of Grease was filmed at a real, functioning school. The exterior and many interior scenes were shot at Venice High School in Los Angeles. What makes this especially surprising is that the school was still active during production. Actual students were attending classes, while cast and crew filmed musical numbers just down the hall. To avoid disrupting school activities, filming often took place very early in the morning, late in the afternoon, or on weekends. Some real students even appeared as background extras, blending seamlessly with professional actors. This real-world setting helped give Grease its authentic school atmosphere, even though the performers themselves were far from teenage age. As the story of Grease unfolds behind the scenes, it becomes clear that the movie we love today almost looked very different. Certain scenes nearly didn't exist, some actors almost walked away, and a few choices sparked real tension on set. These weird facts reveal just how close the film came to becoming something else entirely. And the deeper you go, the more shocking it becomes. Keep watching till the very end, because the last revelations might be the most unbelievable of all. Number 9. Olivia Newton. John needed accent coaching, not acting coaching. Despite being an experienced singer, Olivia Newton-John felt deeply insecure about acting when she joined Grease. Ironically, the biggest concern for the filmmakers was not her performance, but her accent. They originally asked her to soften or change it to sound more American. Newton-John resisted, explaining that she could not convincingly fake an American accent for an entire film. Rather than force the issue, the producers rewrote Sandy's entire background to make her Australian. This creative compromise allowed Newton-John to remain comfortable on screen and ultimately gave Sandy a clearer outsider identity that audiences connected with. Number 8. Rizzo was the only character allowed to be truly vulnerable. Among all the characters in Grease, Rizzo stands apart emotionally. While most roles lean heavily into comedy, Stockard Channing's character was allowed moments of real fear, sadness, and self-reflection. This was a deliberate choice by director Randall Kleiser, who felt Rizzo represented the emotional cost of growing up too fast. Songs like "There Are Worse Things I Could Do" were included specifically to humanize Rizzo rather than punish her for her choices. At a time when teen films often judged female characters harshly, Grease quietly allowed Rizzo to remain flawed, scared, and still worthy of empathy. Number 7. John Travolta helped choreograph his own dance moves. John Travolta's dance confidence in Grease was no accident. Coming off Saturday Night Fever, Travolta had extensive dance training and often contributed ideas directly to the choreography. During rehearsals, he suggested small movements, finger snaps, shoulder rolls, and footwork that felt more natural to him. Choreographer Patricia Birch welcomed this collaboration, recognizing that Travolta's instincts helped make Danny's movements feel effortless and cool rather than overly staged. Many of Danny Zuko's most memorable gestures were shaped by Travolta himself, which is why they still feel iconic decades later. Number 6. The original ending was much darker. Early script drafts for Grease featured a more bittersweet ending. Instead of the upbeat carnival finale, the story originally leaned toward Danny and Sandy realizing they were growing in different directions. The emphasis was less on transformation and more on acceptance. Test readings, however, revealed that audiences wanted optimism, not realism. Producers ultimately pushed for a joyful conclusion that celebrated youthful fantasy rather than maturity. This shift resulted in the explosive final carnival sequence and the now legendary closing shot, cementing Grease as a feel-good classic rather than a cautionary tale. What makes Grease so fascinating isn't just what appears on screen, but everything that happened when the cameras weren't rolling. From strange casting twists to behind-the-scenes chaos, the movie's journey was anything but smooth. Each weird fact pulls back the curtain a little more, showing a side of Grease fans rarely talk about. And just when it feels like nothing else could surprise you, another jaw-dropping detail appears. Stick around till the very end, because the final facts truly change everything. Number 5. Olivia Newton. John's pants had to be sewn on. The iconic black leather outfit worn by Sandy in the finale created unexpected wardrobe challenges that plagued production throughout filming. In fact, creating Olivia Newton, John's transformation look proved far more complicated than audiences might imagine. The skin-tight black leather pants that symbolized Sandy's dramatic character evolution weren't merely difficult to put on, they were practically impossible to wear conventionally. The pants were constructed from genuine leather that wouldn't stretch adequately for Newton, John's movements, creating potential wardrobe malfunctions during crucial dance sequences. As filming progressed, the costume department discovered traditional closures like zippers would either break or create unsightly bulges visible on camera. The pants fit so snugly that Newton, John, could barely move once dressed. Importantly, basic actions like sitting down between takes became nearly impossible without risking tears in the delicate costume. The production team quickly realized that bathroom breaks would require complete removal and reinstallation of the entire outfit, a time-consuming process that threatened the shooting schedule. To solve these persistent problems, costume designers implemented an extraordinary solution. Each morning, Newton, John was literally sewn into the pants. At day's end, the stitches were carefully removed, only to repeat the process again the following morning. A painstaking ritual that continued throughout the finale's filming schedule. Number 4. Travolta convinced Olivia to film the final song. Beyond the iconic leather pants that required daily sewing, the final transformation scene presented even more challenges. "You're the one that I want," now synonymous with Grease, almost never happened due to Olivia Newton, John's serious reservations about her character's dramatic change. Initially, John expressed profound doubts about filming the iconic finale. She worried about the dramatic character transformation from wholesome Sandy to the leather-clad vixen. Her concerns went deeper than mere costume discomfort. She feared the transformation might damage her clean public image. At 28, John questioned whether she could convincingly portray this dramatic shift. Facing her reluctance, Travolta visited John's home, and uttered the words that changed everything. "Olivia, there is no movie without you." This personal approach proved effective where studio pressure had failed. Travolta's genuine belief in her abilities finally convinced the hesitant star. The producers had no backup plan. She was their only choice. Upon arriving on set in her transformation outfit, John stunned the entire cast. Travolta's reaction, the startled expression visible in the film, was entirely authentic. The scene required minimal takes as the genuine chemistry between the stars was undeniable. Fortunately, songwriter John Farrar's last, minute addition created what would become the film's most memorable sequence. Number 3. Jeff Conaway came up with the hug blow off. An awkward yet endearing moment between two tough guys reveals itself as one of the film's most authentic character touches. The brief hug between Danny and Kenickie, instantly followed by both characters combing their hair as though nothing happened, came directly from Jeff Conaway's creative input. Conaway recognized that despite the tea, Bird's close brotherhood, masculine culture in the 1950s severely restricted physical affection between men. In 50s, two guys hugging, forget about it, Conaway explained about his reasoning. The film portrays this tension throughout. The tea, Bird's project tough exteriors, despite their obvious emotional bonds. The hyper-masculinity depicted stands in stark contrast to moments of vulnerability, creating what one source called the main conflict, where Danny's true self conflicts with his masculine self. Director Randall Kleiser encouraged actors to try different approaches, making improvisation introduced right at the top of production. Conaway's suggestion that after their genuine moment of connection, they should immediately comb their hair and pretend it never happened exemplified this collaborative creative environment. Just as with other improvisations, there it is in the movie. Number 2. The film is set in 1958. While Grease premiered in theaters during the summer of 1978, the story itself unfolds exactly 2 decades earlier. The classic musical deliberately anchors itself in a specific period of American history. The film begins with Danny and Sandy's summer romance in 1958 at the beach. When autumn arrives, the narrative shifts to their senior year at Rydell High for the 1958-1959 school year. This precise timing enables the story to capture a pivotal moment in teenage cultural evolution, specifically focusing on the lives of high school seniors navigating their final year together. The late 1950s represented an era of tremendous social change in America. The post-World War II economic boom had fueled increased consumerism, coupled with suburban growth and the emergence of teenagers as a distinct social group. with unique cultural influences. Given that the film was produced in 1978, it looks back at the 1950s with a nostalgic lens that was common among baby boomers who dominated Hollywood at that time. From poodle skirts to leather jackets and pompadour hairstyles, Grease meticulously recreates 1950s fashion. The film's settings, including malt shops, school dances, and the climactic carnival, provide authentic backdrops for teenage social interactions typical of the era. Importantly, rock and roll music forms the backbone of the film's soundtrack, reflecting the cultural revolution underway in 1958. Number 1. Sandy's last name was changed for Olivia. Character adjustments occurred frequently when adapting Grease from stage to screen. Yet Sandy's transformation goes beyond mere scripting changes. Her very identity shifted to accommodate an international star. Throughout Jim Jacobs and Warren Casey's original 1971 Broadway production, Sandy's character bore the distinctly Polish American surname Dombrowski. This surname intentionally identified her as a Chicago area girl with working-class immigrant roots. Her full name, Sandy Dombrowski, established her as an outsider primarily through her socio-economic background, rather than her geographic origin. Upon casting Olivia Newton, John, the production team, faced a dilemma. Her unmistakable Australian accent couldn't believably belong to a character named Dombrowski. Accordingly, they renamed her Sandy Olsen, giving her a Scandinavian surname that better aligned with the actress's background. This adjustment allowed Newton, John, to perform in her natural accent without compromising authenticity. Beyond the surname change, Sandy's entire backstory required reconfiguration. The script transformed her from a local transfer student into an Australian exchange student, explaining why she hadn't previously attended Rydell High. Interestingly, this modification actually enhanced the fish-out-of-water element central to Sandy's character. The international background provided stronger justification for her initial naivety about American teenage social dynamics. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do well to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. To enjoy more thrilling stories, click now on the following video that pops up on your screen.